just saw, down safety is propagated backwards in the graph from one phi function to a phi function which defines an operand of a not down safe phi function. Okay, it can be available is instead propagated forwards from a phi function which should have this as false to another which also should have it as false. Okay, so what does can be available mean? It means that this phi function can have the value of the expression. And initially we set it to true for every phi function. And what is the reason that a phi function should have this as false? It is when the phi function is not down safe and it has at least one operand as the bottom, or with the bottom value. So this phi function, it is not down safe, but all operands are defined by real occurrences. So the expression obviously can be available there, and then it can optimize away this expression. But a phi function which is not down safe and has a bottom operand, there we cannot insert the expression to replace the bottom operand. Instead, we will set that phi function to not can be available. Okay, so what do? We go through all phi functions and set this can be available to true initially for these two as well. And then we go through every phi function again and check if it is not down safe and it has an operand which is bottom. In that case, we should do reset can be available. Of course, we first check that it has not already been reset. Okay, so we do that, and then we call reset can be available. So say now that this f is this one, and when we come to reset can be available, the variable is instead called g. So we write g here. Okay, and then what we do is to set the can be available to false. So we set that to false, and then we check phi functions which have operands defined by g. That means this one. So and okay, not only defined by g, but it should have no reduce. So there should be no, well, there should not be a real occurrence between here. Okay, so for f, if we check if this operand has real use or not, and if the phi function is down safe or not, and whether we have already reset can be available. If these are fulfilled, then we will do a reset can be available for f as well. Oops, that means for this one, and it will continue with this one. So now we don't need the down safety more, and instead we will use can be available and another attribute to see exactly where the expressions should be inserted. That means for which bottom operands we should insert the expression.